see my screen?
Yes.
Is it thumbs up? Okay, great. Let's get started. Welcome to our workshop. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Lori Reed, immediate past governor of the Golden West region and a member of SI Phoenix. My partner in crime today is Linda Poindexter, the 2020-2022 program pillar for the Golden West region, and she is a member of Yucca Valley. I was going to say before we get started, make sure everybody has their name on their profile, but it looks like you do. And our Golden West region secretary, Pat, is recording this, but actually I am. So she will be monitoring the chat box. So if you have a question, please put it in the chat and Pat will interrupt us at the appropriate time to ask that question. This recording and our PowerPoint presentation will be made available to all attendees after spring conference. We are scheduled to have over 90 people in this workshop. So we don't have time for individual introductions. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And let me see if I can do that. There we go. Okay, so we just did that. Here we go. Our workshop, I'm sorry.
Sorry, this is Shelley Katz. I want to let you know that there are a lot of folks trying to join this particular breakout room and still cannot. So there will be several more people joining shortly, hopefully.
Okay, great. Thank you, Shelley. The name of our workshop is Using Program to Engage and Recruit Members. So our workshop objectives are to link club programs using the SIA Big Goal, our Big Goal Accelerator projects, and defining obstacles women and girls face. Also, we want to talk about connecting membership to these goals. We're going to talk about our 2020-2021 Diamond Campaign goals. We're going to talk about increasing the quality of engagement of our existing members, increasing new clubs, and increasing membership in our clubs. So before we get started, sorry, Linda, I got ahead of myself here.
That's okay.
We will be sharing some successful ideas and activities of clubs in the Golden West region that have done some great things this year. And then at the end, I'm going to ask you to share any recruitment or engagement ideas from your club, if we haven't already discussed those. So now I'm going to toss it over to Linda Poindexter to talk about the big goal.
Okay. Welcome, everybody. How exciting we have so many people here. Okay, so what counts is reaching 500,000 women and girls, focusing on our collective impact and counting our other work, because we know that we do something, every club does something extra. So what doesn't is awareness projects, general social empowerment, serving anyone other than women and or girls facing obstacles. So since 2012-2013 club year, we've been focused on our big goal of increased collective impact. Because of you, it's been a huge success. Nearly 12,000 women have received over $17 million in awards through the Live Your Dream Awards program. And over 73,000 girls have participated in a Dream It, Be It project. That is worthy of celebration. So congratulations. Even with the challenges of COVID, clubs have pulled together to find ways to help the women and girls facing obstacles in their community. We united in our common cause to provide women and girls with access to education, leading to economic empowerment. Our focus on our collective impact has prepared us for our next big goal, to invest in the dreams of 500,000 women and girls through access to education. It's an ambitious goal driven by member input that every Soroptimist club in our federation can be proud to be a part of. While developing this goal, we heard from members that they want their other work that helps women and girls access to education to be valued and counted for the next big goal. And your board of directors heard you. And now that work will contribute to achieving our next big goal. These projects will be called Big Goal Accelerator projects. It's important to note that not all club and region projects will be eligible as Big Goal Accelerator projects. To be eligible and contribute to the big goal, club work must meet all 4 of the following criteria. Work only with women and or girls who are facing obstacles, provide access to education, ultimately lead to economic empowerment, and be reported to SIA through the official reporting link. What kinds of projects are not eligible? Projects that focus on raising awareness, beautification of space, sharing information or applications without any training, and general social empowerment. Projects that serve anyone other than women and or girls facing obstacles. This reporting will be separate from Club Dream programs, which will continue through the same process we've used in the past. What do we mean by obstacles? So these are some examples of the obstacles that can make accessing education more difficult for a woman or girl. Poverty, violence, racism, teen pregnancy, being a foster care youth, trafficking, single parenting, substance use disorder, and more. So if everyone, because I'm hearing a little bit of background noise, so if you just check to see if you're muted. If you're not, please mute. Thank you. So what are some examples of projects that increase access to education for our target population of women and girls facing obstacles? Scholarships, awards for college, technical vocational schools, certificates, advanced degrees. Removing obstacles, providing necessary items for education like computers, internet, transportation, paying fees for college preparation exams, college applications, entrance exams, or professional licensure. Classes focused on job training, skills training, applying for financial aid or college, computer training, and career mentorship. So let's do a little pop quiz. Would this project be eligible as a big accelerator project, distributing self-care kits to women living in a shelter?
Yes.
It would not.
No.
And the reason why is because it does not increase access to education or lead to economic empowerment. It's a worthy cause, yes, but it doesn't qualify for this. So hosting a class with secondary school girls who are low income, this is your second question. Hosting a class with secondary school girls who are low income, first generation college applicants to show them how to apply for financial aid for higher education. Would this be
Yes.
eligible? Yes, it
Yes.
would. You're right. It would be. And that's because it removes an obstacle to their path to college by helping them apply for financial aid, which will help them access education that ultimately will help them secure employment. Additionally, it is serving our target population of girls facing obstacles. Of course, all projects have to be reported to SIA through the official reporting link to be counted towards the big goal. So what type of information do we need to report? The club and region name, the type of project, whether it's a cash award, removing obstacles or classes, amount of funding provided or fees paid if applicable, target population, women, girls, or both, and obstacles faced. Number of women and or girls who benefited, and optional, you can send photos or quotes from women and girls who benefited as well. And those are always really fun to look at and really fun to read. So how do we report? SIA will share a link for clubs to report their big goal accelerator projects with an annual deadline of June 1st to report that club year's projects. And this will start June of 2021. So that'll start this year. So look for that in your emails soon. SIA staff will review the reports on a quarterly basis for eligibility. So should clubs report the same woman or girl who has received multiple education increasing services from our club? For example, should we report a Live Your Dream Award recipient for her award and as a woman who participated in a job training class if she did both? In short, no. Clubs should do their best to report women and girls as individuals served and not double count them if they participated in multiple club offerings. This will give us a more accurate count of the true number of women and girls we collectively serve. So, ways in which membership helps to drive program. So when you surround yourself with like-minded people who are passionate about helping others, you create a strong, engaged membership. Leaders are developed when you lift others up and help them become who they are meant to be. When you are passionate about something, you want to share it with everyone you know. When that passion is focused on helping others maneuver through obstacles in a direction that brings them closer to their dreams and goals, you have the ability to help them realize they are stronger than they realize. The more engaged your membership is, the stronger your club is. The more women and girls can be reached, and the stronger your community becomes. Lori, your turn.
Now that you know what counts and what doesn't count toward our big goal and programs, let's talk about how they relate to membership. Due to the pandemic, SIA has modified the 2020-2021 Diamond Campaign goals, and they're pretty simple this year. Clubs maintain 85% of their membership, and as a SIA, oh shoot, my fourth spam call today. All clubs in all regions as a coordinated effort to charter 15 new clubs across the Federation. So we are really reinforcing our focus on retention this year and working together towards these shared goals to meet by May 31st, 2021. As we navigate a changing world together and look to the future of our organization, we know that we must hold this focus on maintaining our loyal membership base. As we all know, in order to retain our members, we must provide engaging experiences in our clubs. Be sure to check out the member engagement resources in the Seroptimus Forward digital toolkit for ideas if you haven't already done that. But let's do a quick check-in with this group to see where we are, where our meeting attendees are today, and their clubs in terms of member engagement in 2021. So please raise your hand either in person or virtually if you have attended a club meeting on Zoom or another video conferencing platform. Looks like just about everyone. Raise your hand if you've attended a social event online with your club. Just about everyone. I think I know the answer to this one because we've already had it today, but raise your hand if you've had a mishap accessing a club meeting or an event online. Yeah, just about everyone again. Raise your hand if you've written a letter or a card to a Seroptimus and sent it via snail mail. Good. I'm glad to see so many hands up. Raise your hand if you've accessed the Seroptimus Digital Forward Toolkit. Yeah, not enough hands going up here. So this is something that you should go out and look at because it is a phenomenal tool for your club. Raise your hand if you've attended a Seroptimus convention online, whether our federation or another. Okay, not enough hands going up, but you have an opportunity. You have a couple opportunities this year. Raise your hand if you've missed seeing your fellow Seroptimus members in person. I'm going to raise 2 hands on that one. I miss everybody. Yeah, everybody's hands going up. Raise your hand if you visited another Seroptimus club online in this region or a club in another region. Okay, not very many hands went up, but you have opportunities there. Raise your hand if you've invited a Seroptimus member or leader from another club or region to attend your club's online events. All right, how about raise your hand if you've had a difficult conversation with your club members on how to conduct club business in a new way. I don't know if our club has had difficult conversations, but we've had the conversations. All right, last one. Raise your hand if you've made a member care call to check in on a fellow Seroptimus member. Good. Yay, everybody's hands are up. Thank you all for participating in this exercise. I'm pleased and so proud to see a variety of experiences our group has had engaging with members in a more digital environment over the last year. And I also think it's important to make note of the challenges that we face and that we share. Despite many of the challenges last year has brought, we are Seroptimus. We are all here because we're committed to a shared mission. We always find a way to overcome obstacles and move forward to meet our goals. And as we prepare for Seroptimus' 2nd century, we should be so proud of how far we have come in the last 100 years and in this last year. Before we take a deeper dive into the fun stuff, we need to talk about conducting the business of Seroptimus and holding club meetings. If your club is struggling to hold meetings or conduct any business at all, please reach out to the region leadership so that we can support you and your club in exploring your options and resuming operations. And if your club is indeed holding meetings in a virtual format, I'd like to applaud you as well as challenge you to ask if your meetings are providing an engaging experience for club members and guests. Is a clear agenda sent in advance? And are discussions productive and moving us towards our goals? Does everyone have the opportunity to share their ideas? Just like in years past when traditional club meetings were held in person, we must ask these questions to ensure that while we move our club business forward, we're providing an exceptional member experience. And I also encourage you to think about being welcoming and inclusive in ways because of the global pandemic. Some members may find barriers to meeting online, and likewise, some may be uncomfortable returning to in-person meetings, even when that is again permitted. So going forward as Seroptimus, we must meet each member where they're most comfortable connecting. And that may mean offering a wide variety of options or formats for participation in club meetings and events. So club operations aside, we're all learning together as we find new ways to foster fellowship in our clubs, and I'm excited to share some member engagement best practices as examples of what clubs have been up to. So I've been gathering these activities and ideas throughout this club year. Your club membership chairs have been meeting monthly with me, and we've been sharing the ideas that clubs have been coming up with each other so that we can share our success stories, or even the ones that we thought would work and didn't necessarily work out. So some of the ones that have been presented are to maximize member engagement is to have a senior moment where you feature a senior member bio on social media and in your news blasts or in your newsletters. Another was to create a cooking from home series where members prepare their signature dishes, and then other members pay, you know, something $5, $10, $20 to watch. Create an art walk and have each member each week or month do a presentation on their favorite art walk or artwork. Specifically, some clubs that did some things that were successful this year were the Cachinas. I got somebody on here from Cachinas, right? Somewhere, okay. They held a virtual event which included a social, a service project, and a fundraiser. And they invited 10 new members, of which 6 attended and 3 joined. So it was a fun event for their existing members, and it was a way to introduce the club members to potential new members, and they got 3 new members out of it. Beaumont Banning had a Live Your Dream Award recipient speak to the club, and also had club members provide a bio of their history. And so this created a lot of goodwill within their club that they are on track, supporting their mission, but also supporting and getting to know their members a little better. Desert Tucson celebrates each club member's birthdays and club anniversaries at their business meetings. They use Blue Mountain to send virtual cards for these occasions. Palm Desert worked with their local Chamber of Commerce to set up a nonprofit only mixer. And so what this did was it allowed all nonprofits to mingle and potentially cross-pollinate members with like missions. Saguaro Foothills held a vicarious vacation travel program. And Phoenix did something similar, featuring 5 to 6 Seroptimus travel photos with members detailing their trips. Again, Saguaro Foothills is also participating in the Seroptimus 100 Challenge by giving 100 books to an elementary school. And a little bit later, I'm going to talk about some more of these Seroptimus 100 challenges that clubs are doing. Let's see. So I know some of you have participated in the online scavenger hunts. So Desert Tucson conducted a scavenger hunt, and I've got some information on that if you're interested in doing that. You can't give it out in advance because it's a secret, you know. So Corona, for their Live Your Dream Awards, they celebrated their 74th birthday, and they with a refocus on the work that they're doing in their community. So those are some ideas for member engagement. I didn't read everything that was on the slide, but you can conduct a pet parade, celebrate your club's historical work. You've read the slide, so you will get this slide in the presentation. so you don't have to remember some of these. And then remember, I'm going to ask you about any experiences that you have with your club coming up. So be prepared. So for member recruitment, you can have a virtual recruitment event. I talked about the Kachinas one. Moreno Valley held a virtual recruitment event, and they sent goodie bags to potential new members in advance, which contained hot chocolate, tea, yummies, and club brochures. They had 7 attend and 1 join. Phoenix invited 4 new members to participate in their weekly Dream It, Be It sessions, and 3 have joined and 1 is going to be joining. So that's 4 new members just on participating in our programs. Let's see. Okay. Ideas to celebrate the 100th anniversary. Well, Palm Desert's been very busy. They created a challenge of 100 ways to raise $100. And they left it up to the members to decide what 100 ways that they were going to do that. One member is swimming 100 laps. One is doing a long distance walk for 100 days. One member is calling old and new members. 100 old and new members. Parker has committed to impacting 100 members in their community. The Kachinas created 100 blessing bags for the Phoenix Dream Center. The blessing bags included self-pampering items. The Kachinas also created a 100-mile challenge and attached a $25 fee to compete in the 100-mile challenge. So it was not only a fundraiser, but it's a way to recognize the 100 years of Seroptimus. Arizona Peaks says that they are reaching out to their networks and inviting 100 women to join any club, not just their club, but any club. So they're reaching out to their networks, wherever they may be, and asking them to join any club. Oh, I got ahead of myself. Come on. So just some general reminders on ideas to attract new members. Follow up with your past Live Your Dream recipients. We actually did get a member into the Phoenix Club this year who was a Live Your Dream recipient from a club in Washington State. And she, 10 years ago, and she said when it was her time and she was ready, she would join a club in the area that she was living in. She happened to live in Phoenix when her time was ready. So she joined our club. So follow back up with your past recipients. Invite potential new members to the Live Your Dream Awards ceremonies or the Dream It, Be It events that you're having, because you're demonstrating the passion for our mission. That passion is contagious. Invite potential new members to your club's virtual meetings. Invite potential younger members to help with the club with new technology and trends. Tell stories. Make short videos of your members telling about their why. Why are they a Seroptimus? And post them to your club's website, your social media accounts. Have new members make the video for you. Have seasoned and long-term members also make videos of their why. Why are they a Seroptimus? Pair a current member with a technology challenged member to ensure that they can participate in virtual meetings. And that may mean, now that we can be in each other's presence, go to a member's house, whether she's a senior member or not, and teach them and practice with them until they're comfortable using the platform that your club has chosen. Host a senior member on a meeting day and run the technology for them. Invite your Live Your Dream Award judges to join the club. If you use the same judges year over year, they tend to start to, that passion starts to get to them when they go through all of those applications. So that's a really good one that you should explore. And I've got here, bring potential new members to the virtual spring conference. I don't know if any of you did that. Can I see a show of hands if anybody did? No, I'm not seeing any hands up. Okay. Get potential new members involved in your Dream It Be It program as mentors to start with, and then, you know, work on converting them into a member. A couple of the clubs in our region have created a dues scholarship or grant for potential new members, which can draw in new, younger members who perhaps may not be able to afford SIA Golden West Region and your club dues. And if you're interested in setting something like that up, give me a holler and I will put you in touch with the clubs that are doing that, because there's several different ways that you can incentivize younger members to join the club financially. And then one club, I believe it's Moreno Valley, is doing outreach to a women's veteran organization. So look for like organizations in your area and reach out to them. So maybe you recognize some of these activities as similar to the ones your club has undertaken recently. But my hope is that it has sparked some ideas that we can leverage within our region to sustain member engagement and grow club membership. So I'd like to, we've got a few minutes left. If I get my fingers working right. Come on. Remember that technology thing we talked about earlier? Trying to get these, don't know what's going on here. PowerPoint is not responding. Nope.
Sonia, Lori, when there's a pause at some point, there's a couple questions that have come in.
Okay, well, we are at a point where I was going to solicit feedback from anybody in the workshop of either engagement ideas or recruitment ideas that maybe we have not discussed. So Pat, let's start off. Are there any that have been offered up in the chat?
Not specifically to engagement or recruitment. Actually, one of them I think was to get ideas for the 100-year celebration. So maybe that might be taken offline unless there's something you want to can share about that.
I did share quite a few ideas that clubs in the region are doing. I don't know who asked the question, but I'm wondering if that would satisfy as at least a thought provoker.
Okay, it was Becky Goebel asked the question about getting some ideas on how we could cash in on the 100-year celebration. And the other question was on a different topic, but I'll tell you about it anyway. Face-to-face meetings are acceptable. Whoops, oh, you know what, never mind. SIA board member Stephanie Smith answered it. So we're all caught up.
Okay. Does anybody have any other ideas or things that you're doing within your club that you would like to share? Okay, I've seen Linda Burke. Pat, can you unmute her?
I unmuted myself.
Oh, okay, great.
One of the things that we're doing, it was as a result of our regional membership meeting where we're talking about the 100th year celebration. We've decided to work with formerly CASA, they're now called REACH, R-E-A-C-H, and it has to do with survivor bags that rape victims they're handed when they are going through the process of after the police collect their clothes and everything. And so we're meeting with the Riverside County, I think she's Riverside County, Gail Hepner, who is going to discuss more in depth the kinds of things she needed, because she had talked about black leggings and black t-shirts in different sizes and the types of little toiletries you get from hotel rooms, the little shampoos and lotions and things. And we're going to put together 100 different bags of items that would be used by the survivors of sex abuse.
That is absolutely a wonderful project. I would just throw out there that keep in mind our big goal and the thing that Linda talked about, what counts and what doesn't count. So
yeah, I know it doesn't count. I realize that, but it in terms of the 100-year celebration, I know that books and things like that count for education. So maybe we'll do something along those lines too.
okay, if you can insert some sort of educational component into that, then you could, have that count. You know, there's yeah, anyway, think that through a little bit more.
Right.
But awesome cause. I mean, it's sad that it's needed, but anybody?
Well, and I think we have two different, we have the overall goal with the education and you know, supporting women and girls to realize their dreams through education, and then doing additional kinds of projects for the 100th year celebration. It's great if we can hit if we can double up and hit two goals at the same time, but I know that's not always going to be the case.
True. And you might be able to capitalize on some public awareness and bring public awareness to our 100th year anniversary as the reason why you're doing this in the manner.
Oh, it is. Oh, it definitely is. Yeah, yeah.
I saw Nina, you had your hand up. You have to unmute yourself.
Yes, I do. One thing that just came to mind in regards to the veterans, women that we're reaching out to, we haven't implemented this yet, but we're looking into getting some teams together to work out a program to go to the women to help them and educate them on how to transition from the life they've been living, some on the street, some in transit housing, to how to fill out an application, where to go to find resources, how they can be helped back in the community, give them opportunities for education so that they can indeed start to have a good, healthy life.
That sounds wonderful. And I think, Linda, you can pop in here. Would that be something that counts?
Yeah, that would definitely be something that counts.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, because that's helping them gain access to education and to get back out into the workforce and such.
Yeah, and improving their
Yeah.
economic empowerment.
Exactly.
We have one more minute, and then I think our workshop is automatically going to throw us back to the main session. So is there one more? Becky, do you have your hand up? Becky Goebel?
No, I don't think I really do.
Okay.
Well, she did say in there that she says, can we please see participants? So I'm wondering if we need to change to gallery view, if that's what you're talking about, Becky, or that might be something on each individual setting.
That is when the screen share stops from Lori, then we should be able to see everybody that's on the meeting.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, Lori, if you're done sharing your screen, then that'll clear that up.
Okay, let me see if I can do that. There we go.
Good. All right.
Okay.
All right. So is everybody seeing the participants now?
Yay!
Yep. All right.
Okay,
Perfect.
Phyllis had something to share.
Oh, well, I was just going to ask about a clothing drive that would benefit women that are in shelters so that they can go back to work. Because they sometimes need a wardrobe so that they can go to work. Would that count?
I don't think that would count specifically, but let me confirm that, and then I can answer that, unless Stephanie happens to know the answer to that. But as far as the way I understand it, that wouldn't, it's not specific enough, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I would agree with you, Linda. I think it's one of those, it's kind of iffy because the big goal accelerators are tied to education and barriers to education. And while it's a fabulous project,
Right.
perhaps if part of that was so that they could go to school or participate in not job interviews, but scholarship interviews. Sometimes there are scholarship interviews and things like that that people have to participate in. I think if that was the purpose for it, I think it would be okay.
But not
Okay, thank you.
But not for a job interview. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you, Stephanie.
Mm-hmm. Happy to help.
So, Governor Lori, do you remember for spring or Donia, past Governor Lori? She was my governor when I was on her board.
We're all getting used to that.
I know, right? When we did spring conference 2 years ago down in Paula, we did a couple things. We had a recruitment event at a winery, but we also did a fundraiser for a charity that supports women through their program. It's a residential program, and we did gas cards, and we donated gas cards for the women to be able to use for fueling of their vehicles to use so they could get to school. And would that qualify for the?
I believe that would qualify. I think I saw, I read something in there about transportation, so that would,
Okay.
that should qualify, yeah.
And that was really neat because we had everyone either pledge a card or they actually brought it with. Lori, what was the amount that we ended up giving them? It was around 5,000, right?
1,500.
Oh, it was 1,500. Why was I thinking it was more?
I don't know. It would have been nice.
Maybe that was our goal, and yeah.
Maybe.
But anyways, and as an organization, we received a lot of publicity and press, and we were in the local newspaper in the area there, the Valley, as well, for doing that. So it kind of served multiple purposes for us because we have a goal of trying to charter a club down in that area. So we thought, well, let's try and do a service project to gain some interest as well.
And now that I'm not sharing, I see that we have a little over 2.5 minutes left. So I was cutting this short. So anybody else? I see Carol Roddy's hand up.
Yeah, I'm listening to what is considered acceptable towards the big goal, and it seems to me, being a retired bureaucrat and knowing how to make things fit, it seems there's going to be a lot of creative writing on how you use your programs, because
yes,
I can take any of these things and make it fit. If you can't get to school, if you can't survive the trauma of a rape, how are you going to be fit to go to school? So I think everything and anything we do essentially can lead us to that goal if we think open-minded enough about it and creatively. Because I don't want the fact that something may not count be a damper to what we're doing, when in fact it may actually serve to reach that goal, because we've gotten women past something in their life that would otherwise interfere with their pursuing their education.
Oh, I completely agree, Carol. Absolutely.
So I'll give creative writing lessons if you want.
And we should be reporting everything that we're doing anyway. Because if we don't, then SIA doesn't know that we're doing it. So I think it's important to make sure that we do share what our clubs are doing, whether they fit into those or not, because something else could come out of it in the future.
Very true.
By the way, today is Carol's birthday, so everybody wish her a happy birthday.
Happy
birthday.
I'm gonna wear my birthday bling tonight.
Thank you for doing so much.
Well, good.
My pleasure.
Well, it looks like we have about 30 seconds to go. So Lori, you want to wrap it up?
Well,
What do you think?
I had a little bit more I was going to say, but I'm just going to say I wanted to thank you all for participating today. And
Yes.
Reach out, please, and for myself, if you have any questions related to our programs or our membership goals. And I will see you all tonight at the pajama party. And I hope that you thoroughly enjoy the rest of spring conference. Look I got it down to 5 seconds.
Good job.
All right. Enjoy. I'll see you guys later on tonight.